Assalamu alaikum. The date is 25th August 2025. Time is 16:15, and we are trading TSM today. The news regarding TSM is that it is removing Chinese-made equipment from its 2 nanometer production to preempt US restrictions. Importance highlights geopolitical pressure shaping chip supply chains. Okay, and this is the news of rest of the world. Jeffries raised its year-end target to 6,600, previous 5,600, citing strong corporate earnings supporting U.S. economic resilience. Importance: a bullish upgrade can fuel equity inflows and sentiment. On Friday, uh, Powell gave a speech and he nodded towards a September rate cut, which then rallied the market into the close. uh, the market considered very important. This is the most important news that we need to be paying attention to. Let's quickly go through the other important sector. Mm, okay, and now we are done with the news. Let's quickly look at TSM and what our plan is. Um, this is TSM right now. Okay, let's focus on the current segment. Maximum volume is in this area above 240, so we expect sellers to be somewhere in this area below 239, 238.6, something like this is where we expect the sellers to be. But they are not our bet today. Our bet are the buyers, because if we look, this is the end of a consolidation zone, a lower end of this consolidation zone, and this is the lower end of this consolidation zone. So the stock is jumping from the third consolidation zone into the second consolidation zone today. We expect buyers to be present here. It is possible that there are sellers here and the price drops down, but we expect, or I expect that the stock is jumping into the next consolidation zone, and it is going to hold. The fact that there are some geopolitical risks, but Taiwan is clearly siding with US, showing that it really cares about US restrictions, indicating that it does not want to lose any kind of business with the US. That should be somewhat bullish for the market, indicating a positive sentiment for TSM, is what my opinion is. And we expect a move from here all the way up till 238, 238.82. If the stock breaks below 233, that means I was invalidated. And it is quite likely that I might, because there might be sellers here, some desperate sellers here, who might want to sell on this news. Even that is entirely possible. So I expect invalidation today, but this is the best shot we have, and it's important to take it. That is all the plan that we need. We expect committed sellers. We expect committed buyers in the area above 233. We expect committed sellers below 240, and we expect weak, desperate buyers. Do I expect weak, desperate buyers, or do I expect weak, desperate sellers? Actually, what should I expect? I expect weak, desperate buyers who will buy on the residual sentiment of the Fed news, who will buy expecting a huge rally, because I am looking at this as if it is a positive news for TSM. That is how I am treating this news. I'm treating this news as a positive news, not negative news. My brother argues that it might disrupt TSM production, so this is a typical bearish news, but I am treating it as a bullish news, because from an expectations point of view, that is good news for TSM, because that is showing TSM really cares about money. Okay, interesting. Now, expected sellers are expected participants are committed sellers below 240. Weak, desperate buyers. Invalidation is price breaking below 233. My trigger is take a small size right at the open with SL below 233. Add more size as the 233 price holds. So this was our plan that we will be trading. There still are 10 minutes left into the open. This is our setup that we will be watching. Interesting. And I'll be back when the market opens. There still are 9 minutes left. The market opens in 15 seconds, and it would be very interesting to see how it behaves, because it keeps trying to push higher and then gets shot down again. It tries to push higher and then it gets shot down. So That would be very, very interesting to see how the market behaves. The market is struggling to push higher, but as long as it does not break 233, I have no reason to drop this trade. Let me push my buy limit a bit higher. Here, actually. Or maybe not higher, just in the same zone. Is there a lot of spread? Or okay. In the first candle we saw, second candle we saw sellers trying to drive the price lower at 235. Delta is quite strong. Sellers dropped the price down below 235. Interesting. I'll hold on to this position just to see how it behaves. Why isn't my buy limit triggering? Okay, now it triggered. I might get invalidated right now. And I was invalidated. Maybe I'll stick to the markets are efficient, but only 98% or 90% or something like this. There's some inefficiency, especially I think during the open, which can, that's why we see many websites. Uh, uh, because the news said that um, TSM is going to stop using Chinese in equipment. Technically, it's a bad news, but and I expect that the market has already incorporated the bad news. Or what if the bad news happened during the pre and post market? The market needs to adjust to it, and situations like these can lead to inefficiency that the market might not incorporate. It might not have incorporated that move correctly. So after it does incorporate the move correctly, after we give it the breathing room to incorporate the move correctly, then we can enter the market. So if there is any news in the pre-market or post-market, first we give the market breathing room to accommodate it, uh, and then maybe trade or something like this. Yeah. So I'm gonna look at what I'm supposed to do, and then inshallah do it. Inshallah, see you tomorrow in the next video.